Hello angels and welcome to the A to Z vocabulary series on ChetChat. You've loved our A words and the B brilliant episodes. Now get set, we've got 35 C words that will make you sound smarter instantly. Now whether you're acing exams, crushing interviews, or you just want to dazzle with your vocabulary, this is your golden ticket. If you're new here, a huge welcome. This isn't just any series, it's your secret weapon to mastering words like a pro. And guess what? Today's episode packs meanings, killer examples, synonyms, antonyms, and a quiz to test your vocab muscles. Don't just watch, dominate. Hit subscribe and the bell now because your journey to becoming a vocabulary champion starts right here. Today's mission, conquer 35 C words and own the language. Conquer words, conquer the world. And make sure you stay right till the end for the quiz. Okay, let's get started. The first 4 words are captivate, emancipate, recipient, and precept. These are not all C words, but they all have C root words like cap, sip, capt, or sept. All these roots mean to take, to seize, to capture, or to receive. So all the words with these roots will mean to take or seize something. Let's see how. Our first word is captivate. Captivate means to attract and hold attention intensely as if by magic or charm, like capturing or seizing someone's mind. Amitabh Bachchan's voice captivates even today. You know, when I was 12, a magician in Delhi captivated me with his tricks. I was so mesmerized that I didn't notice that he stole 50 rupees from my pocket. Think of being a captive audience. People, when they're a captive audience, they're taken by the performance. Now, captive and capture are related words and they both mean to hold someone. Similarly, captivate means to hold someone's attention. Synonyms for captivate are enthrall, mesmerize, and enchant. And in the previous lesson on A words and B words, you specifically asked for antonyms. So the antonyms of captivate are repel and bore. Our next word is emancipate. Emancipate means to free someone from control, restraint, or oppression, like freeing someone from slavery or strict rules. Let's break up the word emancipate. What do we get? E plus man plus sip. The letter E means out, just like eject means to throw out, and erupt means to break out. Man means person or hand, and sip means to take. So, emancipate means to take a person out of someone's hands, freeing them from restraint or control. Example, my strict grandmother secretly learned to ride a scooter at the age of like 60. She wanted to emancipate herself from relying on grandpa. The day she got her license, she took me for ice cream, her freedom ride. So in a sense, the first 2 words are opposites, emancipate and captivity. To emancipate is to take someone out of their captivity. In 1848, Savitribai Phule opened India's first girls' school, literally emancipating, which means freeing from hands, women from ignorance. Synonyms for emancipate are liberate, release, and unshackle. Antonyms are enslave and confine. Our next word coming up from the same root is recipient. Recipient means one who receives something, takes it in. It could be a person or thing that receives something like an award, an email, or even an organ transplant. If we break up the word recipient, we get re meaning back, like return, plus sip meaning take. So recipient means one who takes back. Marie Curie was the first recipient of 2 Nobel Prizes in physics and chemistry. Now be careful with the spellings of this word. Students think that it is recept, like receive. but it is recip with I, just like the root word CIP, recipient. By the way, when your vocabulary becomes super polished after watching this series, you will become the recipient of endless aunties asking, "Beta, where did you learn English from?" Okay, synonyms of recipient are receiver and beneficiary. You remember we studied the word beneficiary in our B words? Antonyms are donor and giver. Our fourth word is precept. Precept means a moral rule or principle taken as a guide. Let's break up the word. We get pre means before, cept meaning take. So precept means a rule taken beforehand. Precepts are like mental handcuffs, rules that take hold of behavior, like school rules, traffic rules, they're all precepts. Honesty is a key precept in many religions. My precept in life is to work hard, give your 100% to the task in front of you, and whatever is meant to come into your life will come. Nothing or no one can change that. Synonyms of precept are principle, doctrine, and commandment. Now, you know that the roots cap, sip, capt, and sept all mean to take, to seize, to capture, or to receive. Now, there are two more words, concept and perception. I want you to try relating these words to the root word, and if you can guess the meaning of these two words, drop it below in the comments. And here's what I recommend. I recommend you take a notebook, write down each of these words, try to create your own sentences, and then use those words in your regular conversations or maybe even in your writings. That is really the only way to improve your vocabulary. Okay, our next four words are concede, precedent, recession, and unprecedented. They all come from the root words ced, seed, or cess, which means to go, as in movement, or to yield, as in to surrender or process. Our fifth word is concede. Concede means to admit defeat or yield reluctantly. Think of it as con, meaning with, plus cede, meaning yield or surrender. So there are two meanings. One is to yield or surrender to an opponent, and the second is to admit something that is true or valid after initially denying it. It's almost like giving up, surrender. In 1997, chess grandmaster Garry Kasparov famously conceded defeat to IBM's supercomputer Deep Blue, the first time a reigning world champion lost to a machine. After the debate, she conceded that her opponent made a fair point. As an idiom, to concede defeat means to accept loss. Synonyms of concede are admit, surrender, and acknowledge. Antonyms are deny and contest. Next we have precedent. Precedent means an earlier event serving as an example, like a past action or a past decision which is used as an example or a rule for future cases. Let's break up the word precedent. What do we get? Pre meaning before, cedent meaning to go. So, something that went before. The 2012 Nirbhaya case set a precedent by creating India's first fast-track courts for sexual assault cases. Now, one memory hack is that precedent sounds like president, and leaders set examples. Synonym for precedent is model, standard, and benchmark. Antonyms are innovation and exception. Our next word is recession. Recession means a significant decline in an economy, like a GDP drop for 6+ months. A recession causes job losses, reduced spending, and business closures. Let's break up the word recession, and we get re meaning back and cess meaning go. So what does it mean? The economy is going back. One memory hack is to think of the word recess. In school you had a break or a recess. So the economy is taking a break and is declining. Some people believe that we might be at the brink of a global recession, a worldwide economic decline right now. During the 2008 recession, my pocket money dropped from 200 rupees to 100 rupees. My economy collapsed. Synonyms for recession are downturn, slump and depression. Antonyms are boom and expand. Our next word is unprecedented. It means it has never happened before, or it's without any prior example. Now, the figurative meaning actually is something extraordinary, groundbreaking, or unmatched, never done or known before, totally new and unique. Often used for extraordinary events like unprecedented success. Let's break down the word unprecedented. Un meaning not. Precedent you already know. Remember, precedent was an earlier event serving as an example. So unprecedented literally means there has been no earlier event like this. This has never happened before. It's groundbreaking. It's first of a kind. COVID-19 lockdowns were called unprecedented because never before had the entire world voluntarily shut down. Some common expressions are unprecedented times, which is used for crises like pandemics or economic crashes. An unprecedented achievement, something which has never been done before, like landing on Mars. Synonyms for unprecedented are groundbreaking, unparalleled, novel and revolutionary. Antonyms are ordinary and routine. Awesome. Now you know the roots sed, seed and cess, and you know their meanings, to go or to yield. So, there are two other words, concession and recede. Try relating these words to the root that I've just finished teaching you, and if you can guess the meaning, then share it with us in the comments. And if you have any questions or suggestions for our upcoming classes, then do leave me a comment. I try to read all the messages and I reply to them myself, so keep writing. Our next three words are credible, credence and incredulous. They all come from the Latin root credere, meaning to believe and to trust. Every time you see these root words, chances are that the words will relate to belief, trust and credibility. Word number 9 is credible. Credible means to be believable or trustworthy. It implies that evidence or reliability is available to back up the claim. So, cred means believe and able, okay, meaning able, okay. So, the overall meaning is able to be believed. The witness's testimony was credible because she had evidence. In Three Idiots, Amir Khan's character Rancho is credible because his unconventional methods proved true in the end. Synonyms for credible are plausible, convincing and reliable. Antonyms for credible are implausible and dubious. Our next word is credence. Credence means it is an acceptance or belief in something as true or valid. You'll often find credence paired with give or lend. Let's take a look at the root. The root cred means belief and credence means the state of believing. The scientific evidence gives credence to the theory of climate change. The RBI's inflation report lends credence to the fears of a recession. Synonyms of credence are trust, acceptance and credibility. Antonyms are doubt and skepticism. And the next word is at number 11, incredulous. Incredulous means unwilling or unable to believe something, often with shock or skepticism. Incredulous describes a person's reaction. It is not the thing itself, it is an incredulous reaction coming from someone not believing. Let's break up the word. We get in meaning not, cred meaning believe, so not believing. Imagine someone comes and tells you, you won 1 crore rupees in a lottery, and you reply, incredulous, I don't believe it. Okay, quick quiz. What is the difference between incredulous and incredible? Both look very similar, but there is a difference in usage. Incredulous is the literal translation of the root words. In plus cred meaning difficult to believe, cannot trust, not able to believe, and this has a negative connotation. Incredible, on the other hand, is not used literally to mean untrustworthy. It's used figuratively to mean, oh my God, this is so good. It's unreal. I can't believe how good it is. It's incredible. This actually has a strongly positive meaning. Sometimes even native speakers don't know these subtle differences that you are learning on our A to Z vocabulary series here. I'm so proud of all of you. She gave him an incredulous look when he said he'd met a celebrity. It was incredible that he had actually met a celebrity. Synonyms of incredulous are skeptical, disbelieving and doubtful. Antonyms are gullible and trusting. Now you know that the root cred means to believe. And what do you think the meaning of the word discredit is? Try relating the word to the root, and if you can guess the meaning, you know what to do. Leave us a comment below. And now it's shout out time. A quick shout out to Ritika Naidu from a small city in Maharashtra. She writes to us and says that she studied in a Hindi medium school and she's made the journey to becoming an English teacher. Wow! We're so proud of you, Ritika, and grateful that I've been able to help you in your beautiful journey. And if you also want to shout out in my next video, share your experience below and don't forget the hashtag ChetChatters. Our next three words are corpulent, incorporate and corpse. Now these words all have the root corp or corpus, meaning body. Body can be physical bodies or organizations, or they can be material forms. Word number 12 is corpulent. Corpulent means excessively large-bodied or fat. This has a formal and often negative connotation. It implies a large, bulky body size. Let's break up corpulent into corp, meaning body, and ulent, meaning full of or abundant. So corpulent means full of body, like fat. Just like fraudulent means full of fraud and succulent means full of juice, the same way a corpulent figure would be a polite way to say that someone is heavy. The corpulent businessman struggled to fit into the narrow airplane seat. Synonyms for corpulent are obese, portly and rotund. Antonyms are svelte and gaunt. Next is number 13, incorporate. Incorporate means to include or combine something into a larger whole. You could incorporate ideas, you could incorporate ingredients or companies. In fact, in business, incorporate means to legally form a corporation. Think of a corporation or a corporate as a business body. So when you incorporate something, you add it inside the corporate. Think of it as in meaning into, corp meaning body. So incorporate means to bring into the body, which means into the company or into a system. The chef decided to incorporate Indian spices into the Italian pasta dish. Please incorporate these words in your daily conversations, means include the words into the main body of your everyday English conversations. Synonyms for incorporate are integrate, assimilate and merge. Antonyms are exclude and remove. Number 14 is corpse. Corpse is a dead body, usually human, a lifeless body. It's often used in medical, forensic or horror contexts. The detective examines the corpse for clues. Zombie movies always feature walking corpses. Quick quiz. What is the difference between corpse and corpus? Okay. Corpse refers specifically to a dead body, especially that of a human being. And it's also used in contexts of deaths, funeral or crime scene. Corpus has a broader meaning. In general, it means body, but body of any kind, living or dead. And it's used more in academic context to talk about a collection of or a body of written texts, a body of documents or works. Let's take an example. His corpus of work, which means the body of work that this person has done. Synonyms of corpse are cadaver, remains and carcass for animals. Antonyms are living being. Okay, fantastic. You now know that the root corp means body. What do you think is the meaning of corporal? Try relating this word to the root word, and if you can guess the meaning, drop me a comment below. And remember, we have a quiz coming up at the end of the video, so make sure you're taking notes. Our next two words are chronic and anachronism. These words come from the Latin root chron, meaning time. Now, words that carry the root chron are related to time, duration or historical sequence. Let's take word number 15, chronic. Chronic meaning long lasting or recurring. We often use it for illnesses or problems or habits. It implies a persistence and difficulty to eliminate or remove. Chron means time. Chronic is relating to a long time. He suffered from chronic back pain after the accident. In medical language, a chronic disease is something that has been there for a long time. As an idiom, we might call someone a chronic procrastinator, meaning someone who always, chronically, for a really long time has been delaying. Synonyms of chronic are persistent, constant and incurable. Antonyms are acute and temporary. Remember the word acute from our A words? Okay, if you did remember the meaning, drop a note right now. And in case you missed our lesson on 35A words and 35B words, then I'm dropping a link below. So make sure you go through them once you finish with this one. Next, come on, let's have word number 16, anachronism. Now, anachronism is not a C word, okay, but it comes from the root chron. And it's important to learn them together to fully understand their meaning. What does anachronism mean? It means something out of its proper time or place, like a clock in a Roman movie or a smartphone in a Shakespeare play. Think of ana, meaning like against, like anarchy means against the government, and chron meaning time, so against time or anti-time, which means it's in the wrong era. A coconut tree in Antarctica is an anachronism. Synonyms of anachronism are misplacement and inconsistency. Antonyms are timeliness and modernity. Awesome, supercalifragilistic. Now that you know the root word chron and you know that it means time, I'm going to give you two words and you need to guess their meanings. The words are chronology and synchronize. Try relating the words to the root word and share it with us in the comments. Let's quickly head over to our next two words, which are cognizant and incognito. These two words are from the root word cogn, and this is from the Latin cognoscere, which means to know or learn. This root appears in words related to knowledge, recognition and awareness. Let's check out word number 17, which is cognizant. You've heard a company by that name also. Cognizant means to be fully aware or conscious of something, to be in a state of knowing, like cogn. This is often used formally and it implies deliberate attention to detail or situations. Example, she was fully cognizant of the risks before starting the business. Sometimes we also say they were cognizant of the facts or fully cognizant of the facts. For emphasis, we like to say fully, okay, meaning that they were fully informed. Synonyms of cognizant are aware, conscious and mindful. Antonyms are oblivious and unaware. Our next word is incognito. I bet you've heard this word while going into the incognito mode on your browser. It becomes very interesting when you discover the actual meaning, okay? Incognito means to be in disguise or hiding one's identity. Usually, one would go incognito, meaning you would have your identity hidden. Why would you do it? To avoid recognition. Think of it as in, meaning not, cogn, meaning to know, implying not being known. So when you don't want anyone to know what you've been browsing, you go into the incognito mode. The celebrity traveled incognito to avoid fans. Sherlock Holmes often went incognito to solve crimes. Synonyms of incognito are disguised, undercover, and anonymous. Antonyms are recognizable and conspicuous. Our next four words are decadent, cascade, recidivist, and cadence. They all have root words cad, cas, cid, meaning to fall or to happen by chance like an accident. This root appears in words relating to falling, decay, and accidental events. Word number 19 is decadent. Decadent has the word decay hidden somewhere, and decadent means moral decay. Like someone is either living an excessively luxurious life or has had a fall from virtue. It's used to talk about something luxuriously self-indulgent, often to an unhealthy degree. It can describe food like rich desserts, behavior like excessive partying, or eras of moral decline. Breaking up the word gives us D, meaning down, plus cad, meaning to fall. So the overall meaning is to fall into decay. The decadent chocolate cake was so rich, it made her feel guilty. Decadent sounds like decay plus dent, which means something so sweet that it's going to rot your teeth. Idiomatically, we tend to say a decadent lifestyle, meaning that they are indulging in over-the-top luxury. Synonyms are degenerate, corrupt, and self-indulgent. Antonyms are wholesome and austere. Our next word is cascade. A cascade is like a small waterfall. Falling water, or a chain or series of stages or events flowing rapidly. It's used literally, like water falling rapidly, or metaphorically to mean a cascade of consequences. The root word is cas, meaning fall, like a falling flow. Think of it as cas, meaning fall, and cade as like a parade of water. Okay? Her laughter cascaded through the room like a waterfall. Synonyms of cascade are waterfall, torrent, and succession. Antonyms are trickle and dribble. Word number 21 is recidivist. A recidivist is a repeat offender, especially in crime or bad habits. It implies someone who falls back into crime despite punishment. If you break up the word, re means back, cid means to fall or accident. So recidivist means to fall back into old habits, or someone who keeps accidentally committing crimes. The judge gave the recidivist a harsher sentence. Synonyms are repeat offender and habitual criminal. Antonyms are reformer and law abider. Word number 22 is cadence. Cadence is a rhythmic flow, coming from the root cad, meaning fall. Cadence originated from the fall and rise of sound. It's now used in speech, music, or movement. As I meditated by the river, the gentle cadence of the river's waves washed away my stress. The NCC cadets chanted in unison, left, right, left, their boots hitting the ground in perfect cadence, echoing across the parade ground. Synonyms of cadence are rhythm, tempo, and modulation. Antonyms are discord and cacophony. Fantastic! Now you know the root cad, cas, cid, meaning to fall or to happen by chance, like an accident. I'm going to give you two more words. I want you to guess their meaning, and these words are casualty and coincide. Try relating these words to the root word and let me know in the comments. Okay. Our next three words are clamor, clarion and declare. These words come from the root clam, clare, from the Latin clamere, meaning to shout, to declare. While both clam and clare come from clamere or to shout, the words that have clam would generally mean like a chaotic noise, and words that have clare would generally mean a focused, clear sound like clarity. Let's check out these three words and then we'll understand it. Word number 23, clamor. Clamor means a loud, sustained noise or shouting, often from a crowd or a protest. It can also mean to demand something loudly. Remember clam? The shout was all over the place. Sometimes in the college canteen, you might have clamored loudly for free pizza or free samosa. Another place where people clamor is in the parliament. You might have seen MPs shouting over each other. Idiomatically, we also say clamor for attention, meaning a loudly demanding notice seeking attention. Synonyms for clamor are uproar, racket and outcry. Antonyms are silence and whisper. At 24, we have clarion. Clarion is a loud and clear trumpet-like sound, like a clarion call. Remember the root clare, as in clarity? It means a focused, clear sound. On a similar note, clarion means a piercingly clear sound. A clarion is also a medieval trumpet designed to cut through battlefield chaos with a sharp, clear, loud note. Over time, clarion became any sound or voice that stands out distinctly. Clarion has both a literal meaning, like a clear, loud sound, or a metaphorical meaning, like something brilliantly clear or inspiring. The principles clarion voice silence the auditorium. Now, during cricket matches or IPL matches, you will hear clarion calls by supporters to garner their teams and sort of get that support. Now, which is your favorite clarion call during an IPL match? Clarion call as a phrase also means to make an urgent public demand. Synonyms for clarion are resonant, ringing and shrill. Antonyms are muffled and murky. Word number 25 is declare. Declare means to announce officially or state emphatically. Think of declare as D meaning fully and clare meaning clear. So declare means to make fully clear. The prefix D has two meanings. One is down like decline and the other is fully as in declare and demand. The coach declared Rahul as the team captain. At a family wedding, my uncle declared that he could dance like Hrithik. The video went viral for all the wrong reasons. Declare is almost like making an announcement and making something fully clear. We also use the phrase declare war, which means to make a formal announcement of battle. Synonyms for declare are proclaim, assert and pronounce. Antonyms are conceal and withhold. Great! Now you know the root clare, clam, and you know that they mean to shout and to declare. Here is another word that you need to guess the meaning of, and that word is exclamation. Try relating the word to the root clam and drop us a comment below. Our next two words are cryptic and cryptography. Both these words come from the root crypt, meaning hidden. Let's look at some words and then we'll see the meaning. Our next word is cryptic. If something is cryptic, it is mysterious or puzzling or obscure or intentionally vague. The intention is to hide information, to conceal the facts or to keep a secret. Cryptic is used for riddles, messages or even for behavior that's hard to interpret. She sent a cryptic message that only her close friends could understand. During a family game night, my cousin gave a cryptic clue in charades, leading to a hilarious evening where everyone struggled to guess the movie name. We use the word cryptic crossword, which means a type of crossword puzzle where each clue is a word puzzle in itself. Synonyms of cryptic are mysterious, enigmatic, obscure, puzzling, and ambiguous. Antonyms are transparent and obvious. Next is 27, cryptography. Cryptography is the science of encoding or decoding secret messages. It's used in cybersecurity, it's used by spies and tech. Cryptography protects data through ciphers, algorithms, and keys. The root word cryptos meaning hidden and graphene meaning to write. So cryptography therefore is the art of writing and solving hidden codes. She studied cryptography to understand how to protect data from hackers. In World War II, the British used Sanskrit scholars to crack the coded Nazi messages. India's ancient language became a cryptography tool. Synonyms are code writing, ciphering, encryption, and secret writing. Antonyms are plain text. Fantastic! Now you know the root crypt and you know that it means secret. So here's another word that you need to guess the meaning of. Encryption. Guess the meaning of the word encryption from the root word crypt and let us know in our comments. Our next two C words with the C root are carnage and carnal. Both these words come from the root word carn. In Latin, like caro, carnis, they all mean flesh. This root often conveys ideas of the body, meat, blood, or physical desires, as opposed to the spiritual or intellectual. Word number 28 is carnage. Carnage means the killing of a large number of people, massive slaughter, destruction of life, or violent bloodshed, often in war, disasters, or accidents. One memory trick: car plus nage. Picture a car with total destruction, and that's carnage. Think of blood, bodies, and destruction, all literally involving flesh. After the storm, the carnage in the town was heartbreaking. Historic events like the Jallianwala Bagh massacre were a carnage. Synonyms of carnage are massacre, slaughter, bloodbath, butchery, and annihilation. Antonyms are peace and harmony. Word number 29 is carnal. Carnal means relating to bodily or sexual desires. Worldly as opposed to being spiritual. Think of it as desires of the body or the flesh and not of the soul or the mind. My carnal need for parathas outweighs my spiritual need to be productive. In many traditional Indian epics like the Mahabharata, the themes of resisting carnal desires is common. For example, sages often practice celibacy to gain wisdom and power, choosing spirituality over carnal temptations. Synonyms of carnal are sensual, sexual, fleshy, bodily, erotic, and physical. Antonyms are spiritual and chaste. Now that you know the root word carn and its meaning, which is flesh, what is the meaning of carnivorous and incarnate or reincarnation? Think about these words, think about carn, think about what the meaning would be, and drop us a comment below. Our next two words are cursory and excursion. These two words are from the root cur or curse, which is all about movement, running, or flowing. Words from this root may have meanings related to physical running, metaphorically like life is running by, or even intellectually like thoughts are flowing quickly. Let's take up word number 30, cursory. Cursory means something that is done quickly and not thoroughly, like superficial. Think of cursory as something done in a running manner. Remember, curse was about movement or running or flowing. So a cursory job is like hasty, quick, superficial. It's done quickly without attention to detail. It often implies carelessness due to the speed. He gave the documents only a cursory glance before signing them. My cursory review of the article missed several important points. Here's a memory hack for you. Think of cursory as the cursor speed. So when you're scrolling too fast and you miss the details, that's cursory. In the age of Instagram, many people only give posts a cursory look. Just a swipe and scroll. Now let's admit it, how many of us skim textbook chapters just before an exam? Yep, that's a cursory study session. Okay, synonyms of cursory are hasty, rushed, superficial, brief and sketchy. Antonyms are thorough and detailed. Our next word is excursion. An excursion is a short trip, a detour or a journey, usually for leisure or education. It can also mean a digression in speech or writing. If we break up the word, ex means out, cursion means run, so run out for a trip. It literally means running out or going beyond. We went on a weekend excursion to the mountains. You know, I went to Air Force Bal Bharati School in New Delhi, and back then, so the school was on Lodi Road, and back then we were only taken to Lodi Gardens for our excursions. Synonyms for excursions are trip, outing, jaunt and getaway. Antonyms are halt. Amazing! Now that you know the word curse and its meaning, what is the meaning? To run, to flow or to move. Think about two other common words, current and currency. Try relating these to the root word and let us know in the comments. Our next two words are cosmic and cosmopolitan. Both these words come from the root word cosm. Cosm meaning world, universe, order. This root appears in words related to the universe, harmony or global connectedness. Let's look at word number 32, cosmic. Cosmic means relating to the universe or outer space like stars and galaxies. It can imply something vast, mysterious, awe-inspiring or universal in scale. Think of it as cosm meaning universe, ik meaning relating to. So, pertaining to the cosmos. The cosmic beauty of the Milky Way left us speechless during the Ladakh trip. Meteor showers, eclipses, blood moon, supermoon, solstice are all cosmic events. Synonyms for cosmic are galactic, astronomical and celestial. Antonyms are earthly and mundane. At 33, we have cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan describes something or someone that is worldly, sophisticated, globally aware or familiar with many cultures, like a cosmopolitan city, cosmopolitan crowd. It can describe people, cities or attitudes that are globally influenced. Cosmopolitan is also a noun, by the way. It's the name of a cocktail, and that drink symbolizes global flavors. If you break up, you get cosm meaning world, polit meaning city and meaning relating to. So it means citizen of the world. Think of it as cosmo, universe, politan like metropolitan. So a global city dweller. Mumbai is a cosmopolitan hub where cultures collide deliciously. She ordered a cosmopolitan at the bar, feeling very fancy. Synonyms of cosmopolitan are worldly, international and urbane. Antonyms are provincial and insular. And now for our last two words, corroborate and climax. First we have corroborate. Corroborate means to confirm or support a statement, a theory or a finding with additional evidence or testimony. It is often used in legal, scientific and investigative contexts. If we break up the word, we get cor meaning together as in correlate, plus robor meaning strength like robust, and ate ate is a prefix which means to make. So to corroborate would mean to make strong together or to strengthen together, like adding pillars of strong, robust evidence to support a claim. The witness's testimony corroborated the victim's story, making the case stronger. In college, I corroborated my friend's alibi, saying that we were just studying with a fake library timestamp. And the professor smirked, saying, "Funny, the library was actually closed that day." Now, you'll commonly hear the phrase corroborate the facts, which means double check for accuracy. Synonyms for corroborate are verify, substantiate, and validate. Antonyms are contradict and refute. Our final C word is at 35, climax. Climax is the peak or the turning point of a story, an event, or a process. The most intense or the most important moment. The highest point of tension. As a verb, to climax is to reach the most intense moment. Colloquially, a climax is the most exciting part of an experience. Think of it as climb, meaning like climb or ladder, plus ax as a suffix meaning peak or apex, to climb the top rung to the peak of action. You'll also hear the phrase anticlimax, meaning a disappointing drop after a build-up, like anticlimax. The movie's climax had everyone on the edge of their seats. The protest climaxed when the crowd stormed the gates. Synonyms for climax are peak, crescendo, and pinnacle. Antonyms are nadir and anticlimax. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. How easy was that? Look out for our next lesson on 35D words. And in the meantime, here is a quiz of 15 multiple choice questions coming up. Drop your answers in the comments and share this with someone who might need this, and happy learning!